Well, hello racing fans and welcome to our Gallop TV preview show for Thursday the 23rd of January. We race at Turffontein and we're on the standside track. And before we get to chat to Alistair Cohen, I'm just going to give you the betting menu for the day from races 1 through to 8. Race 1, which will kick off the barport, is at 12:30. The placed accumulator race number 2 at 13:05, and you're interested in playing the big one, which is the Pick 6, that'll be 13:40. And considering the size of fields on the race card, I think it's worth a go. We know that it's a difficult bet. It's tough. You need a perm. It may be costly. You can play a percentage bet. Fractional betting is the way to go on the tote, but the Pick 6 will begin at 13:40. That will be race number 3. Unfortunately, as you are listening into this show, you would have known that there's no racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on the Wednesday, so it's a break for local racing. But we'll call this the lead-in to a massive weekend on the South African racing calendar, and hopefully you, the valued racing fan, can build a kitty Thursday, Friday to invest on Sunday where there are plenty carryovers. But more about that as we get on to Saturday's show. Turffontein, 23rd of January. Alistair Cohen, how's the mood down in the Western Cape?
It's great, Dees. Absolutely unreal. It'll be unfair to compare it to the mood in Durban leading up to the first Saturday of July for the Hollywoodbets Durbanville. That is like nothing else on the planet. But with that said, there's been sustained efforts, huge push. All the staff are hands on deck. It really is a busy week. The sales obviously takes up a lot of time in the lead up to the World Sports Betting Cape Town Med. But there seems to be an extra buzz compared to last year. Last year was my first, real involvement in the World Sports Betting Cape Town Med, having gone to 2 Mets before that, when Hill 54 and Futura won. There's definitely a step up in terms of anticipation, in terms of almost fever, I put in inverted commas, leading up to this year. It all helps with a good field, a very good field in my book. As I've said in the press, perhaps 2 or 3 names that are missing, but everyone's saying that it's we're all the champions. Well, the champions are pretty much there. It's just that's what we got. That's the hand that we've been dealt. And a lot of guys have come to town. Nice to have Sean Terry, Mano Pandaram, who's just got his trainer's license. Lucky Hudalakis is back. Obviously, Michael Roberts, Peter Muscat, Gareth Van Zyl with runners, Alan Creef, Gavin Smith from Rebecca. So there's a nice mix, a nice melting pot. The Pick 6 carryover, the Hong Kong Whirlpools all go along with it as well. And as you mentioned, we're now on the home straight. No racing on Wednesday. So I think that'll just sort of... The Thursday card will probably build a little bit of extra momentum. Hopefully, it's not the easiest card I've ever seen, but maybe we can build something.
Okay, let's get straight into it then, Alistair. Race number 1, 12:30, as I mentioned, begins the barpot, and we begin the race meeting in the Work Riders Maiden for fillies and mares. We bring up the field. Number 1, Cyber Spirit, is at 8-1. Number 3 is Winter Miracle at 6-1. 4, Bilingual, is at 7-2. Number 8 is Scratched at the time of recording. Number 9, Act of Snow, at 4-1. And I personally can't believe how they got the odds of this horse, number 10, Blazing Beauty. Yes, she's can only improve from 1 run, but she was beaten 8 lengths first up. I pulled out that form line, Alistair. She's trading at 28-10, by the way. There are 21 runners in total. The best to come out of that was a second position, and that was Bilingual, who finished in front of her. So I don't know about this 28-10. Maybe I could be way off the mark. Some guys may say, well, that looks generous. But I can't see why she's at the top of the betting boards.
Me neither, Dees. And never mind that, Chili Marmalade finished in front of Blazing Beauty in that run to my one and only. Chili Marmalade's an 18-start maiden, and to be fair, it hasn't looked like winning a maiden. And Kwasi Kwangi takes a run. There are 2 horses in a workaround here, Dees, and it will be silly to rule out any horse in this race because it is a very shallow work riders maiden. But the 2 horses that I'm most interested in, and I've changed my mind a few times, but now I have to commit, are 3, Winter Miracle, and number 4, Bilingual. I think those are the 2 horses that are worth a look. Winter Miracle, lightly raced daughter of What a Winter out of the very good mare Covered in Snow. Thomas Nkume takes a ride for Diane Stinger. I think Thomas has worked for Diane for well over 10 years. Winter Miracle ran in front of Bilingual and Acton Snow in that run to Flight of a Condor. Flight of Snow does have some scope to improve, but still has 2 lengths to turn around, whereas I'd also motivate that Winter Miracle still has a little bit of improvement to come. So I think the high number draw down the Turffontein stand side straight, likely to help number number 3, Winter Miracle, at least get into the hunt. And as you mentioned, if you like Blazing Beauty at 28 to 10, then Bilingual has every opportunity. There was only, a quarter of a length between Bilingual and Winter Miracle. She's an exposed maiden, but Bilingual finished in front of Saba Spirit and Radiant Heat, finished in front of Chili Marmalade and Blazing Beauty. That accounts for nearly half the field, and some of these other horses look like they're really swerving. So I think number 4, Bilingual, although a 17-start maiden, probably has her best opportunity of potentially getting out the maidens. I'd go swingers in the first race, 3 and 4. Very, very complicated start.
Yeah, it is, and numbers 3 and 4 for Alistair Cohen, and those are the numbers you could possibly play around in leg 1 of that bar pot. Race number 2 at 13:05 kicks off the place accumulator, 1,600 meters the distance. Horse number 1, Apache Chief. When she, before she left, should I say, the Western Cape, she was supported, and she ran second. Well, they've had enough with her in the Western Cape. She's now in Gauteng with Brett and James Crawford. Gavin Arena up. She's trading at 7 to 1. Then we had got number 3 at 7 to 2, racing with the earmuffs on. Number 4, Dylan's Champ at 4 to 1. And we go down to number 11. That is trading at 9 to 2. And horse number 13, Immediate Edge, the first timer, is at 8 to 1. And Golden Alexia, number 14, is the week 33 to 10 favorite here. Start of the place accumulator. When it comes to what we see in black and white, it looks like a hot field.
Yeah, there are a lot of horses that are ready to win here. It's quite a long short list of potential winners. The horse that I'm going to come down on here is number 14, Golden Alexia, under Craig Zaki for Sean Terry. Although the form lines aren't too much to get excited about. This is a typical Sean Terry family. Trained Pomodoro, trained the mare Terra Mariana. Good steady improvement from run 1 to run 2. I like how she hit the line last time behind Pretty Precious. I was at the Val. Diego de Gavea was all smiles after that. Craig's now on board this daughter of Pomodoro, and I think the way that she's stepping up and also getting a sex allowance here is likely to help her chances. I think she'll go quite well. Will number 14, Golden Alexia, but with no degree of confidence, just because of the nature of the field and the look of the field, that there are a whole lot of horses that you just got to respect. So she's my tentative top selection. I think number 3, Pibe Doro, is got another chance or two in my book. Obviously, his last run was his worst run behind Lloyd Wright when he went off at 33 to 20 and he faded out of it tamely. He was drawn towards the outside of the Val, which you would like to have seen. But he's now drawn 1, Muzieni on board. The headgear comes off. He didn't really take a step forward and the headgear didn't really take a step backwards, despite the odd indifferent run from the son of One World. I think that he'll have an opportunity to at least go close, number 3, Pibe Doro. Number 1, Apache Chief, Gavin Larena on board for Brett and James Crawford. Got the right profile in Cape Town to come and do some damage in Joburg after 182 days off, and with all the rain that's been around Joburg this year, he might just be behind the 8 ball as far as fitness is concerned. I don't know whether we can read anything into the jockey arrangements with Capello Mazzaniani riding number 11, Count Tiku, who's got a deep draw but also got compelling enough form. A lot of horses to work around. In the place accumulator, I would look at 1, 3, and 14, but in the bar pot you'll have to add quite a few horses into the play. This is a race where you need nearly half the field just to ensure survival, and hopefully there are a few opportunities later on to go light.
Yeah, when we talk about racing nationally, there has been some major dividends declared for the bar pot, and I agree with Alistair Cohen. This is the race that do see tickets start to drop, leg number 2 of that bar pot, which is race number 2. Race number 3 will start off the big one, the Pick 6. It's a merit-rated 94 handicap for 3-year-olds, and it's over 1,600 meters. And of course, number 7, having won, is out. That's number 7, Spumante Dolce. And on target, having won yesterday, just keep an eye on the scratchings, whether that will race or not for Tony Peter. And I must say, won an excellent race yesterday. And I say yesterday, meaning Tuesday, number 5 on target. But the betting has it like this, Alistair. Number 1, Don't Cry For Me, 33 to 10. 2, 12 o'clock high at 14 to 10. Number 3, Bus Stop in Hounslow at 4 to 1. 5 on target, I mentioned, keep an eye on scratchings, etc. That's at 4 to 1. And number 6, The Cane Train at 8 to 1. There will be adjustments, etc. once number 5 is scratched. If it is, I don't know how you're going to read this, Alistair, because we obviously recording the show earlier. Whether you're going to take it that 5 is definitely not a runner, or you're now privy to the horse winning.
Yeah, I highly doubt number 5 on target's going to run D's. I mean, we have to treat him as a runner, and if he does run, he's got to have a chance. He'll run under a penalty. Obviously, we don't know the new rating at the time of recording. Like I said, at the time of recording, he's a runner, but I do doubt he's going to run. And if he doesn't run, then that probably simplifies it a little bit, because he was obviously a horse to respect. But now I've come down on 1 and 3 here, D's. Don't cry for me, and Bus Stop and Hounslow. I want to start with number 3, Bus Stop and Hounslow. Ryan Munger takes it out for Grant Marine. The son of New Predators really hit his straps. It took him a while to win his maiden, but since then he's done little wrong. And even the time that he got beaten by Schwarzenegger, I was encouraged with that run. He hit the line with a lot in hand. He's stepping up again to a mile for the first time. I think this horse is going to love every inch of it. I'll make him a player, number 3, Bus Stop and Hounslow. I know he beat Rattlebag last time, and there wasn't too much to get excited about, but he won with his head in his chest. It might have been a length and a bit, but that could have been triple the margin at the end of it all. So there's a lot to like about the way this horse is improving and getting better. And then number 1, Don't Cry for me. I think with a slight rating drop, he's going to come right as well. I think he's been crying for this trip. I know he's been this distance one before on Betway Summer Cup Day, and he did okay behind Captain of the Green, but the way he runs certainly down the straights of the Vaal suggests that he'll get this trip. He's been tested at a reasonably high level by Sean Terry as a youngster. I think the son of One World's now at the calmest waters he's been in, and he'll have a good say. The reason why I'm bypassing number 2, 12 o'clock high, he got a very soft lead. He was a bit strong last time. If he runs like that, he's going to feel the extra 150 meters. So that's why I'm just keen to narrow it down to numbers 1 and 3 as far as the first leg of the pick 6 is concerned.
Okay, that's race number 3. A nice cut down of the perm in leg number 1 if you are following Alistair Cohen in race number 3. Race number 4 will be Jackpot 1, 1600 meters. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares. And here we have number 1, Cherry O Baby at 18 to 10. We all know the pedigree because we remember the dam. And one would think that 1600 meters is now the distance and further that she will be best over. She's trading at 18 to 10, horse number 1. And the Mike de Kock yard, well, they're in fantastic form as well. So we move along to number 7, which is Gerbera, Sean Terry's runner. Now, she is the supported horse, Alistair, and maybe that 4 to 1 was generous, but that was a nice test of the market, and the racing fans have got stuck in here. 4 to 1, now 11 to 10, number 7, Gerber. Those are the 2 horses that dominate the betting, and it could be the exacta play of the day. Where are you going with your structure of Jackpot 1 in leg number 1, which is race number 4?
Well, Jackpot 1 is my suggested bet of the day, D's, and I'm not going to get any plaudits for being adventurous here. 1 and 7, that's all I want to know about. Let's talk about number 7, Gerbera, the daughter of One World, was drawn on the wrong side of the course in a very hot maiden on Betway Summer Cup Day. Might have gone past a few beaten horses, but definitely cleared a lot of horses. She's crying out for the trip. The mare Barberton Daisy went a mile with no problem whatsoever. Craig Zaki's on board for Sean Terry. I'd anticipate that from an awkward draw, she'll probably drop out and be asked to find her feet at the end. She's got a nice turn of foot, and I'm not surprised there's been support for her. She's a glaringly obvious selection, and she is undoubtedly my top selection. But I do have a lot of time for number 1, Cherry O Baby, the daughter of Danon Platina. Mike de Kock and Diego de Gavea team up. Diego's got a tune out of her in her last 2 starts. Since coming back from a layoff, she definitely turned the corner. She's matured. She's found her form. She's hit her straps. 3rd run after a break, so peak run for number 1, Cherry O Baby. She's got every chance. If Gerbera doesn't salute in the first leg of Jackpot number 1, then I fully anticipate number 1, Cherry O Baby would. Number 2, Lace Wing, has been beaten 5 to 10 favourite in the past, although beaten by Vulcanite. She's well above average. I don't think Keziah's Tiara's run with anything that'll trouble this lot, or these 2 anyway. So very, very happy to narrow it down to 2 runners yet again in the first leg of Jackpot number 1, but 7 is my top choice over 1.
Okay, horse number 7 going to be the pick over 1, and as I mentioned, this could be the exacta play for the day here. Race number 4, either or for the banker in that first position, or box it, and I'm sure even if you box it, regardless of where they're finishing, you will get a return on your investment. Jackpot 2, race number 5, 10 to 3, 1600 meters. This is a divided handicap, and we got a horse that is priced up in the red, number 1, Destiny of Fire. And I'd like to hear Alistair Cohen's comments on this one. Maybe she's found the right type of field, but is she a 7 to 10 shot? Number 2, Mocha Macaroon, is at 6 to 1. Then we got number 3, Princess Ilaria, who is 28 to 10. And the balance are all in double figures here, Alistair Cohen. So where are you going in this race? Are you in the camp of this horse that's priced up in the red and 7 to 10, or are you going to play to beat the filly?
No, D's Dinan very much so in the camp of the 7 to 10 favourite, number 1, Destiny of Fire. Although I will make a confession, when I was typing out my selections and making my mind up and submitting it to the editors, I did have number 5, Gamer in, but I thought better of it because I just think Destiny of Fire has got so much progress to come compared to a horse that's had 25 starts and 1 win. So 7 to 10 is the price. I think she'll win, and that's the price that punters have to take if they like her as much as I do. It won't be easy for a 3-year-old filly to give weight away, but she is a maturing and improving 3-year-old filly who has to give weight away. She's got Gavin Lorena on board. I've been watching her closely, this daughter of Master of My Fate. In her first start in Joburg, she was desperately unlucky not to beat Rattlebag. I thought that that was a good run in defeat, a bit of a bitter pill to swallow, being beaten 9 to 10 favourite, but all the same, there was a lot to work with. She tried the Betway Fillies Mile when returning fatigued, but still beaten 5.5 lengths by World of Alice. Therefore, she was 5.5 lengths behind horses who, let's eliminate Quid Pro Quo from the equation, because I think she'll win the first leg of the Volkerboss Drift Triple Tiara on the 1st of February, but finished 5.5 lengths behind horses who could very well chase her home in the form of World of Alice and also Fiery Pegasus. Good run from Destiny of Fire, and then last time again horribly unlucky behind Serta, ran into a bit of trouble, didn't get the rub of the green with a free-flowing passage. I believe she runs a lot closer. I think number 1, Destiny of Fire, is a very, very hard horse to beat. When you're having a look at the likes of Mocha Macaroon and Princess Ilaria and Lady Sabrina, also fillies/mares who have to give quite a bit of weight away, and they stack up as horses that have some sort of form. Number 1, Destiny of Fire should win. Banker and all bets, best bet on the day.
Okay, that is how Alistair Cohen wraps race number 5 up, and the confidence, if you're looking for it and you're looking for some guidance there on whether you're going to play wide or short, well, you got it from Alistair Cohen. The way to go is take a chance with number 1, Destiny of Fire. Race number 6, it is a merit-rated 98 handicap over 1,600 meters, and this is how they are betting here. Number 3, Wafif at 4 to 1. Number 5, Confederate, who I see is entered for the Guineas. Alistair just touching on the fillies Guineas in the previous race, at even money for Fabian Habib and Gavin Lorena. And 8, Majestic Palace, is at 8 to 1. When we're referring to the Guineas and the fillies Guineas, the weights are out for all that to happen in the first week of February in Gauteng. And can you believe it? It is that time of the year in the Highveld after we close things up in the Western Cape on Met Day. Of course, it's not yet over for the Western Cape. They've still got some features that we're going to look forward to during the month of February. But this horse, Confederate, it'll be a test going the 1,600 meters. I think this race will tell them a bit more about this individual, whether he takes his place or not in the Guineas come the first week of February, Alistair.
Is it not coming a bit too soon for Confederates as well? It'll only be a 9-day turnaround, and already with all the rain, I know a lot of trainers are a bit strapped for time and getting their horses ready, but 9 days, I don't know, it could be an experiment that works if he does so ahead for the Tab Gauteng Guineas on 1 February. Big chance, number 5, Confederate. He makes up one of 4 horses in my play. Gavin Lorena's on board. I almost think Gavin's got a little bit of a point to prove on Confederate. He's ridden this horse 4 times for 1 win in 3 seconds. He'd love to get out the number 2 box and get into the number 1 box. There's a lot to like about him. He was turned over by an equally progressive young 3-year-old last time in the form of Counton Victor down the Vaal Straight in the Heritage Consolation. There was some good tried and tested hard knockers that were in behind number 5 Confederate. Lost nothing in defeat there. Good horse on the up. Should be a big chance. back off a £2 penalty for being a loser. I never like that. I've seen a lot of horses get beaten on that, but he does have the right profile. If he doesn't win, he should go very, very close to number 5 Confederate and represent some good value for money, because you'd expect him to be somewhere in the mix. The backup comes from numbers 2, 3 and 8 here. D's, let's go through them in that order. Number 2, Soldier's Eye, a filly under James D. Harbour for Wayo Mowing. She should have won her penultimate start in the Syringa handicap, which is now known as the cherry on the top stakes, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, whatever it is, she might not have got home last time over 1,800 metres behind Lady Fallon. I think she's more at home over a mile. 2 of her 3 wins have come over this distance. The daughter of Rabada, if repeating her penultimate start under Wesley Mowing, has got to be a huge, huge runner. Number 3, Rafif. Winning doesn't come easy. 616 days since the son of Rafif last won, but he ran a good race in defeat last time behind Tamara's Tree just 3 weeks ago, beaten less than a length. Pilasunda and Pauli's on board for a sponsor. Villamakaman, trained now by Taro and Zaki, is number 3, Rafif. 3 runs back, 2 lengths behind Rule by Force. Rule by Force is now grade 1 placed, ran 3rd in the Betway Summer Cup. 3, Rafif offers a lot of respect, and I also think the drop in distance. I never thought he's quite as good over 2,000 metres. I know he's been running well, but I do think that this is more up his alley. And then number 8, Majestic Palace. If he gets a soft lead, he will win, and if he doesn't get a soft lead, he'll run stone motherless. Craig Zaki rides for the Yazzies. Got to leave him alone up in front. When he gets his own way, he's a very difficult horse to pass, but if someone goes and challenges him for the lead, he'll spit out the dummy and he won't run any type of race. He's a half-brother to Master Archie, is number 8, Majestic Palace. He's just the type of horse you can have no expectations about him, but you have to put him in because he's capable and he can make you look quite silly.
2, 3, 5 and 8, summarizing Alistair Cohen's numbers there for race number 6. Now we're at the business end of the race number 7. It's an open handicap, fillies and mares 94. It's over 1,600 meters, and number 2 across the pond is at 7-1. Number 3, Queen of Love, is at 6-1. 4 is Bosom Buddy at 8-1. We then got 5, Two-Step Queen at 6-1, and horse number 4, Glamorous Lady, I see, is at 8-1. 9, Warning Sound at 22-10. Craig Zaki, take note, is plus a half kg there. And 10 is Tuscan Star, Alec Laird's runner, with Chase Mojin up at the bottom, 52.5 kgs on her back. She is trading at 6-1. I like the look of this race for a quartet, Alistair, but you're going to try and help us with a roving banker, because I'm battling to find one.
I was hoping you weren't going to ask these. I mean, this is the field leg, the final leg of Jackpot 1. If we get this far, then we know we're safe and winning, and we'll be shouting for a big outsider, and it's not inconceivable a big outsider wins. As far as the roving banker and the quartet is concerned, I think number 9, Warning Sound, is probably the most reliable. She would be a ginger first choice, but a first choice all the same. The daughter of Lancaster Bomber out of the top mare Siren's Call. Craig Zaki taking a little bit of dedication to drop down to 53.5. I know it was carded with 53, but you'll have to do a little bit better to do 53. I don't think Craig's doing that these days. 53.5 though, a lot of dedication. Cheerio Baby runs earlier on in the day. Penultimate start behind Spumante Dolce. How does that form look now? Spumante Dolce toyed with, dare I say, not great opposition over the weekend, but absolutely toyed with them, and there's a belief that she might sort of be the next one home in the first leg of the Volkswagen Triple Tiara behind Quid Pro Quo. We'll get a very good gauge on Spumante Dolce in just over a week from now, but she looks well above average, the half-sister to Sparkling Water. So number 9, Warning Sound, definitely has the pieces of the puzzle to go quite well here. And if I was looking for another one, number 4, Bosom Buddy. Did I hear you say 7-1 about Bosom Buddy?
Bosom Buddy is trading at, where's it? The boom boom, 8-1.
8-1, yeah, it's probably a fair price about the daughter of Canford Cliffs. If she doesn't win, I think she'll go close. Slight rating drop. Wes Mowing's back on board for Paul Matchett. Of course, Wes is closely associated with one of the owners, Miss Oaks. Good form to fillies that are probably better or very, very close to this level. I think number 4, Bosom Buddy, probably represents a little bit of place value at 8-1, but very, very open race. Field is how I play in the pick 6 and jackpots.
Okay, you heard it from Alistair Cohen. Looks like a tough race there. Race number 7 to close things off. And If you are looking for some value, maybe number 6, Vision of Peace, is trading at a big price. I just had to look that up because I thought, no, man, this maybe I've done something wrong. This horse must be in single figures, but it's not. It's at 14-1, number 6, Vision of Peace. So number 4, Bosom Buddy, 8-1, 6, Vision of Peace at 14-1. Play around those numbers, and of course, Alistair Cohen suggesting that maybe number 9, Warning Sound, could be the roving banker. Let's close things off in race number 8 over 1,600 meters. Merit rated 85, divided handicap. Number 1, Pocket Watch at 8-1. There is some money about for Paul Matchett's runner called 2 Miles West. Number 2, that is shortened from 7-1 into 9-2. Then we go on to number 3, Willow Express at 4-1. Number 4, Do It With Diamonds at 4-1. 6, DJ Junior is at 4-1. Number 7, Copper Mist at 3-1. 8, Arlington Action at 8-1. And 9 is a scratching that is out. So at the time of recording, we've got 8 runners that go to post, but the betting tells a story here. There is money for one horse here, Alistair. Number 2, 2 Miles West, anti-post. 9-2 at this stage. If that shortens further, could that be the right money?
Yeah, a couple of golden oldies in this race for me, including number 2, 2 Miles West. I respect his chances. I'll make him a run. He's a lot better than his last start at the Val over 1,800 meters. Doesn't look like there's any excuse for the run, but he's always on my radar, number 2, 2 Miles West. Another point I want to make before I get to my knockout blow, whenever Gavin Larena rides for Erico Verdenese, watch out. He rides number 6, DJ Junior, who he won on last time in good style when beating Leo Alado, back from 93 days, fitness to be taken on trust, lightly raced 6-year-old. He's had 10 starts. He started his career in December 2021. So here we are, just over 3 years late, and he's so low mileage, number 6, DJ Junior. However, he's 1 kilo worse off with Willow Express for 3 parts of a length defeat. The Willow Express stands a huge chance, and to add extra spice to that, Pierre Stratham takes her out. He's 2 from 2 on the Son of Willow Magic, who was just a win away from taking his career earnings past R1 million. Stratham gets the most out of the Son of Willow Magic. He's a hard horse to watch and running. He completely drops it. You got to nurse him back onto the bit, and you've got to time him to perfection. It's almost like he kids you rather than the jockey having to kid him. He's the horse that I'm going to tip on top, number 3, Willow Express. How confident can someone be about a 7-year-old gelding who sometimes does funny things in running? The answer is not overly confident, but I think that Sean Terry's kind of found the right time, the right place, with the right jockey on number 3, Willow Express. And if you like DJ Junior, Willow Express has got him hold. So wouldn't banker him, but I'd tip him on top and make him a big chance. And deep down, I think that he could take his career earnings past R1 million here.
Okay, that is it. Number 3, Willow Express, bidding to be the next equine South African millionaire. If he wins that first stake check, 75,000 Rand, and Alistair Cohen, he's pretty close to that. He's just over 960,000. He's done well for the connections throughout his career. Number 3, Willow Express, and could it be 3 from 3 with jockey Pierre Stratham, who is riding superbly well. Alistair, you mentioned that your choice of bet for the show is going to be Jackpot. Is it Jackpot 1?
It's Jackpot 1, D's.
Yes, it's up on screen. With a big field at the back, I see.
Correct. So we'll multiply that by 10. So 1 and 7 in the first leg. 2:2 is off time. Jackpot 1, Cheerio Baby. Gerbera by banker number 1, Destiny of Fire. Then 4 horses in race number 6. So 2 Soldiers Eye, 3 with Thief, 5 Confederates, and 8 Majestic Palace. And then 10 runners on the last go field. A Warning Sign, my top choice. But if we survive the first 3 legs of the jackpot, we'll be turning the betting boards upside down and shouting for them in that order.
Well, when it comes to television shows, Alistair Cohen, this is the last time that I'll get to chat to you before Saturday. So we'd just like to take this opportunity on behalf of everybody here at Gallop TV to wish you and your team, of course, Western Cape Racing, along with all the other sponsors that I'm sure are going to make the day a great day. All the best leading up to what promises to be, and I got that feeling, as I mentioned to you, that it's going to be one of those days to remember. All the best leading up to that big day. I'm sure lots of work in progress, especially now we are on the final stretch.
Yeah, thanks so much, Deez. That it is. Looking forward to having you and various other members of the Gallop team. It's going to be great fun. It's also going to be a very hot day in Cape Town on Saturday. But, the story will look after you well, and hopefully all punters, all owners, all racegoers are looked after as well. And it's a great day out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Saturday.
Just for our racing fans that listen into this preview show from the Western Cape, are you guys putting a lot together when it comes to your channel, disseminating interviews, etc.?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're running concurrently with SABC and Supersport through the day on Saturday. So a lot of sponsor interviews, a lot of lifestyle elements, and obviously with the Hong Kong production also being a very important cog of it. That's a massive turnover that goes into the hat as well. So a lot of balancing bits of pieces to cater for, but obviously everyone's got to get a good bang for that buck. We've got the team. Hopefully we can pull it off over 12 races on one of the big days on the world calendar. I mean, the world, after all, will be watching.
Thanks to Alistair Cohen, and thanks to you, the valued racing fan. Hopefully it turns out to be a good day for you if you are racing at Turffontein on Thursday the 23rd of January. On behalf of the team, for Alistair Cohen, myself, Deez Dine, and have a blast, find all the winners. And until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gashle.